Once, the world became almost silent. Not because the wind stopped, not because the oceans disappeared, but because life itself was dying. Around 252 million years ago, Earth faced the greatest catastrophe in its history. Scientists call it the Permian-Triassic mass extinction. Most people simply call it the Great Dying. Nearly 96% of marine species vanished. Around 70% of land vertebrates disappeared. Entire ecosystems collapsed. Forests died. Coral reefs vanished. Predators starved. Even insects, among the toughest creatures on Earth, suffered enormous losses. Nothing like it has happened before or since. Imagine waking up to a world where almost every living thing is gone. How could an entire planet come so close to becoming lifeless? The strange part is this. There was no giant asteroid striking Earth, no massive crater stretching across the landscape, no single explosion ending life in one terrible day. Instead, the disaster unfolded slowly, year after year, century after century. The danger point from deep beneath the ground. Hidden below what is now Siberia, unimaginable mountain molten rock down rising toward the surface. The Earth itself was changing, and almost nothing living could escape what was coming.
There was no giant asteroid crashing into Earth, no mountain-sized rock racing through space, no single impact that ended life in one terrible afternoon. Instead, the disaster unfolded slowly, year after year, century after century. The danger came from deep beneath the ground. Far below what is now Siberia, enormous rivers of molten rock began forcing their way toward the surface. Then the Earth cracked open. Volcanoes erupted across an area larger than most countries. Scientists call this massive volcanic region the Siberian Traps. The word traps comes from the Swedish word for stairs, because the hardened lava formed giant step-like layers across the landscape. But these volcanoes were unlike anything humans have ever witnessed. They didn't erupt for days. They didn't erupt for months. They erupted on and off for hundreds of thousands of years. Each eruption released enormous amounts of carbon dioxide, methane, and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. The sky slowly changed. The climate slowly changed. And eventually, the entire planet changed. Research by geologist Paul Weedle and many other scientists suggest these volcanic eruptions triggered one of Earth's first climate disasters. Global temperatures rose dramatically. Some